A message arrives saying something is wrong. Your heart moves before your judgment does. That gap is about 2 seconds long. Everything that follows was built for those 2 seconds. Today we break down why an alert about a problem is the cheapest way ever invented to make somebody act, and the one rule that makes the content of the message irrelevant. Start with what you actually received. There is a problem with your account. A payment failed. Something needs confirming. It looks correct because it costs nothing to make it look correct. Every visual element you would check is a copy of something public, and copying is free. So the question of whether it looks real is not a question with any information in it. There is one rule at the end of this that makes the entire content of the message irrelevant. Keep it in mind because it is the only thing you need. Here is the mechanism, and it is about ordering. An alert reverses the normal sequence of a decision. Ordinarily, you want something, you seek it out, you evaluate, then you act. An alert removes the first 2 steps entirely. You did not want anything. It arrived, and now there is a problem. And a problem does not feel like something to evaluate. It feels like something to fix. Which is why the message is almost always about something going wrong rather than something going well. Good news can wait. Bad news cannot. A warning gets opened, read, and acted on at a rate nothing positive ever matches. So the message is not shaped to be believable. It is shaped to be urgent, and believability is only there to survive the first glance. Now there is a fair objection here, and it matters. Real alerts exist. Institutions genuinely do contact people, payments genuinely do fail, and treating every notification as an attack would make ordinary life impossible. There are also plenty of people who spot these instantly and wonder how anybody falls for them. So this is not a claim that you should be frightened of your own messages. It is the narrower claim that the message itself cannot tell you what it is, no matter how carefully you read it. Now here is the real reversal. You are not being asked to believe something. You are being asked to move. The whole message exists to relocate you from where you are to somewhere the sender controls. A link, a number to call, an app to install, a person to speak to. Nothing is actually decided while you are reading. Everything is decided by whether you travel. Which means the content is theater, and the destination is the entire product. If this is landing, tap subscribe so you do not miss the next one. That single rule is direction, and it is the only thing that reliably works. Never arrive somewhere because a message sent you there. Go the way you already know. The saved address, the app you already have, the number on the back of the card in your hand. If the problem is real, it will be waiting for you when you arrive by your own route. If it is not real, nothing will be there, and you have learned everything you needed to know without evaluating a single word. Notice what that rule does not require. It does not require you to spot anything. Not a wrong character, not an odd phrase, not a detail that seems off. That matters more every year because the parts people used to rely on have stopped being reliable. Text that reads strangely used to be the giveaway. It is not anymore, and it is not coming back. A defense that depends on noticing a flaw only works while flaws are cheap for the other side to leave in. There is a second reason direction beats detection, and it is about who is being tested. When you inspect a message, you are competing against somebody who designed it and can revise it until it works. When you refuse to travel, there is nothing to compete against. The design cannot reach you. One of those is a contest you might lose on a tired evening. The other has no contest in it at all. There is a pattern in when these arrive, and it is not random. They land when you are least able to stop. Early morning, late evening, the middle of a working day, the day before a holiday. Those are the hours when checking properly is inconvenient and dealing with it quickly is attractive. Nobody has to know your schedule to do this. Sending at the times when everybody is busy is enough. There is also a second stage that most descriptions skip. Traveling to the destination does not immediately cost you anything. What you find there usually asks for something small and reasonable, and often nothing at all on the first screen. That is deliberate. The first destination exists to confirm that you follow instructions, not to take anything. Whatever matters happens on the second or third step, by which point you have already been cooperating for several minutes. There is one more thing that makes these harder to dismiss than they used to be. Sometimes the details are correct. A real amount, a real recent purchase, a real name attached to a real account. Information leaks constantly and cheaply from places that have nothing to do with you personally. So a message containing something true is not evidence of anything, and treating accuracy as proof is the exact assumption being priced in. There is one more version of this worth knowing because it inverts the whole thing. Sometimes the message contains nothing suspicious because it asks for nothing. It is a notice that something has been ordered or charged or scheduled, and the only thing offered is a way to cancel it. Then the movement is voluntary. You have decided to go because you want to stop the thing that is not happening. That version is harder to resist precisely because the first move feels like yours. It is worth saying what this does not mean, because there is an unhelpful version of this advice. It does not mean ignoring everything and hoping. Real problems left alone become worse, and a person who has decided never to respond to anything will eventually miss something that mattered. The instruction is not to ignore. It is to arrive differently. Respond to every message you like. Simply never let the message be the road. Once you see this, several things stop being confusing. Why an alert almost always concerns money leaving rather than money arriving. Why the window is always short and the wording always calm. Why the second step is a phone number rather than a form. And why the ones that fail are the ones where you happen to already have the app open. It is the same mechanism every time, not a lie you believed, a route you took. There is one last thing worth preparing because the moment itself is bad for thinking. The feeling that arrives is not curiosity. It is a small drop in the stomach. That sensation is the actual signal, and it is available before any analysis. So attach the rule to the feeling rather than to the reasoning. When something lands and your chest tightens slightly, that is the cue to close the message and arrive by your own route. So bring it into your own life, and it is one habit. Never follow. Always arrive. No link, no number from the message, no app you did not already have. And if you want a second layer that costs nothing, agree with yourself now that anything genuinely urgent will still be urgent in 10 minutes, after you have gone and looked for yourself. Now back to the first question. Why is verify your account never real? Because a real institution does not need to move you anywhere. It is already at the address you know. Only somebody who needs you to arrive somewhere else has any reason to send you a road. If this was useful, subscribe and let us keep going. What is the most convincing fake message you have ever received? Tell me in the comments. Understand money and you will see the world. The quiet part.